Hello there, welcome to my channel Gear Solid. Let's talk about the top 5 plugins that you should be using right now, whether you are a video editor, a compositor, a VFX artist, or kindly stick around till the end of this video and I'm sure you are going to find it very educative and relevant. Without wasting much time, let's talk about plural eyes. If you've been using plural eyes for a very long time, you would surely appreciate the positivity and speed plural eyes has brought into the audio syncing game for both video editors and audio engineers who have to sync multiple audios before they begin with their work. Softwares like Premiere, Final Cut, and Avid can synchronize, but the problem is you have to take the shots one after the other, which takes too much time. For those of you who have been using plural eyes for some time now, you would appreciate the speed and the amount of time it saves you on each project. Plural eyes is a standalone software which allows you to import video and audio clips, synchronize them, and then export them as files that can be used almost in every video editing software. Fortunately, if you are an Adobe Premiere user, then the good news is Plural Eyes would automatically integrate itself into Premiere Pro the moment you install it on your computer. Now, this integration allows you to synchronize all your projects in Premiere and start work right away in Premiere without having to go back and forth like you would in other softwares. Now, to synchronize a project in Plural Eyes, all you have to do is open the software, import all your folders, and hit synchronize. That's it. Just sit back and wait for it to finish. It will do all the arrangements for you, whether it's being only videos or both videos and audios mixed together. It would arrange them all for you. Then you can start work immediately. I get a lot of people asking for plural eyes alternatives on Reddit and Quora. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to list them out for you guys. You can search them up and try them yourself. My number one alternative to plural eyes is going to be woowave DreamSync. woowave DreamSync. Now, woowave does the job pretty much as plural eyes and even faster, but it never made it into the limelight since plural eyes continued being the industry's standard. People actually never paid attention to woowave, but it's as powerful as plural eyes. There is also syncaila, syncaila sync, KOT sync, we have tentacles sync, and then yaai. Yaai is free and open source. And there is also Entangle for Avid, for only Avid. Entangle works only on Avid. Feel free to check the link in the description below. I have left all the links to the softwares I have mentioned above so you can check them out. Okay, so if you've loved this video so far, kindly don't forget to leave me a sub. Let's move on to my next plugin. Now, I'm going to fit 2 plugins for number 2 because I want to place them side by side so you guys can have a fair idea how they both work. My number 2 is going to be Magic Bullet Denoiser 3 and Neat Video. They all do pretty much the same thing, but they are from different companies selling at different prices for different people. Let's start with Denoiser 3. Denoiser 3 is part of Magic Bullet suite, which features other plugins like Denoiser, Cosmo, Moyo, Lux, Film, all those. But let's talk about Denoiser 3. Applying Denoiser 3 to your footage is very much easy. Even a beginner can work with it because it's just a simple drag and drop effect. This is how it works. After applying Denoiser 3 on your video in your timeline, it inspects your video frame by frame to get the best noise reduction technique possible for your video and then wipes all the noise off your video. Very easy, very easy. It also does a very good job at retaining the quality and details of your video after applying it. You don't get to see that over smoothing look unless you decide to tweak it some more if you want to. One major problem with this software will be rendering. I see most people advertise this software as if you want a quick preview of your noise reduction and deliver the work in less than 10 minutes, then Denoiser 3 is the way to go. That's never true. That is never true because people are working on different resolutions and codecs you have no idea about. So if you tell me my video is going to finish rendering in 5 to 10 minutes time after applying denoiser, it's kinda something. Let me use my machine as an example. It's quite a decent machine, but a 2-minute 4K file with denoiser 3 applied can give me an export time of, let's say, 30 minutes to 1 hour. This is never a 7 to 10 minutes rendering procedure. That is the only downside about Denoiser 3. slow rendering. But if you want a software that gets the noise reduction job done with your video details retained easily without any special assistance, then denoiser is the way to go. Okay, let's talk about Neat Video. Neat Video is a plugin which works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Neat Video is also compatible with DaVinci Resolve, After Effects, Adobe Premiere Pro, Avid Media Composer, Vegas, Magix, Idios. Yeah. Also, Neat Video serves as plugins for certain OFX apps such as Nuke, Fusion, Scratch, Hitsfilm, Mamba, Natron, Flame Baselight, and some few others. Just like how Denoiser 3 works, Neat Video is also a drag and drop plugin. It's got far more options for noise reduction, but I must say it's not as friendly and easy to use like Denoiser 3. You need to learn, watch more tutorials, and practice more to know how to operate to get the best out of it. It also got the auto feature where if clicked on, it would analyze the footage to see where the noise is and also the amount of noise on the footage and do its own thing, which is perfect. Okay, so when it comes down to quality, Neat Video isn't that bad, but after rendering and watching on wider screen, I think I would appreciate the detail retained by Magic Bullet Denoiser better than Neat Video. I find Neat Video over smoothing my footage just a little, which isn't something I really like. I'm not a fan of digitally over smoothened videos or photos, but it's just something you aren't going to realize if you fail to pay attention to details. Now with render time, I would say Neat Video does better at rendering quicker than Magic Bullet Denoiser 3. A 4K 2 minutes video file could take you less than 18 minutes to render, whilst Denoiser 3 goes the 1 hour mark. Don't forget the type of file and also the spec of your machine plays a major part as to what time your video is going to complete rendering. So if your machine spec is extremely low, then your export time after applying any of these noise reduction effect is going to jump somewhere around 52 billion years. So clearly they all have their differences, but hey, either of them is great at what it does. Just export time difference, with Denoiser taking a slight win with its detail preservation. I've left links in the description below to each software's website where you can get more info about each product and price as well. Okay, my next plugin is going to be Mocha Pro. Man, I love Mocha Pro. Boris FX Mocha Pro is the ultimate tool for planar tracking and visual effects. It's packed with features such as rotoscoping, image stabilization, screen replacing, and object removal. You get to do all these and even more with Mocha Pro. Now, if you are into VFX and compositing, then I would strongly recommend this software to you and your team. Mocha Pro serves as plugins in softwares like Adobe Premiere Pro, Fusion, Nuke, and After Effects, which means you'll be able to access it in the Effects tab of any of the softwares listed above. Also, it could be used as standalone, which means you can access it in your PC's app menu, open it, import whatever video you want to work on, and then export it without having to open any video editing or compositing software. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind is Mocha Pro is not difficult to learn, especially if you are already into VFX or compositing. This software is geared towards a more pro level with where its price stands. If you are a beginner, I would suggest you read more about it and also watch more tutorials on how to use it and see if it's a need. There is also a trial-based version you can try before purchasing it. I've left links in the description to their website if you want more info on the software. There are tons of tutorials on YouTube to help you overcome its learning curve. If you've loved this video so far, kindly don't forget to give me a sub. Okay, moving on to my last plugin. Let's talk about Red Giant Primate Kia. Yeah, any editor or compositor who works on blue, green, or red, or any other screen would appreciate the powerful functionality this plugin comes with. Comparing Primate Kia to any other software out there which also has the ability to work on green and blue screen, I would say Primate Kia does better with green and blue screens than any of the softwares out there, since it was built purposely for keying. As you know, most other default keying effects built into other softwares like Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, or Blender relies entirely on a single screen color, and that screen color needs to be a saturated digital primary. Okay, what it means is if the green gets too light or too dark, you would have trouble with your footage using those softwares. So those colors need to be absolutely on point or more saturated before you can have it easy on those softwares. Now these little things solved and put together in primatter is what makes it powerful. Also, it's fast and has been simplified in recent updates to make even beginners have no problems using it. It's very easy to use and gets the job done professionally in minutes. So if you are someone who works on way too many green and blue screens, then you absolutely need this software. Okay, if you love this video, kindly don't forget to give me a sub. My name is James. Peace out.